Thank you for tuning in for this comprehensive review of the new features in PDM2Excel. We have revamped the add-in and consolidated 3 setup pages into one single setup page. When you create a new task and you choose PDM2Excel from the drop-down here, we'll be seeing one single tab here called Options. So click on it, and this will take you into the settings of PDM2Excel. We've grouped settings into sections, and these sections here are expandable. So let's start with the output section. This is where you can define the location of where you want your bills of material to be saved to. And this location contains two things. It contains text, regular text, where you can specify the path, but also special variables that will be evaluated by the add-in according to your specific environment. So for example, I've got the vault root folder, which could be different on my computer versus the server versus someone else's computer where they're going to be running the task. So this value here will be evaluated to the specific environment. You can also add more special values. So if you right click on the RMV button right here, you'll see that you've got access to the vault root folder, file name, state, configuration, version, a bunch of other interesting stuff. The one that I would like to bring your attention to is the launch and user. Since PDM2Excel is a task, you can actually make use of the username that actually launched the user versus the one that executes the user. So you can create a folder, or could let the task create a folder with the name of the user that launched the task, and in that folder you could save your bills of material. Obviously, you could always use PDM variables, so you get access to that here as well. And I think added an extra variable here or special value that I'm going to delete. I don't need that. I can always save a copy in the original folder of my assembly, and I can customize the way my bill of material file name will look like. So I'm using file name and the state and then the extension here. I have the option to export all the configurations or ignore the add configuration if I want to. And I have the option here as well to set the templates. So I've got two templates that we're working with. The first template is the one that the task will use to create the bill of material, and these are the BOM layouts that you see right here. But you could also use your Excel template, which contains your company header. So you just need to specify where your Excel spreadsheet template is, and you could put that somewhere in Vault here and browse to it, and then the add-in will use that. Now, if you're going to use a Excel template, then you just need to specify the location of where your data starts here. And in my example here, my data in this particular template starts from the 6th row at the first column. I can always enable hyperlinking. So when I check hyperlink the file name column, if my bill of material contains a file name column, then the text will be hyperlinked with a Kinesio link that will take the user directly to that file in File Explorer. This will only work if whoever is using the Excel spreadsheet has the SOLIDWORKS PDM client installed on their computer. I can also enable the hyperlinking to work with the Web2 client. Just make sure that you check this box, and then you add the URL of your vault. I can also add a level column to my bill of material and specify also a parent column and specify any other columns that I would like to ignore here, have them be separated by a semicolon. If you're working with the technical support team and you want to be able to show advanced error messages, then expand advanced and check developer mode. And this is going to allow for our support team to be able to read the error and help debug that issue for you. Now, if you want to use thumbnails, you need to make sure that you have the document key or the document manager key. And you can click on this button right here, and that will take you directly to the appropriate page in the platform in order to request the key if you don't have one already. If you want to export the thumbnails as separate files, that you can specify the export location right here. And finally, you can specify the display state. So if you want your BOM to be indented, then you can choose that. You get also part only and top level, and you can choose to process all sub-assemblies and add a top level assembly row that will be the top level assembly at the row number 0. Just be mindful that if you check process all sub-assemblies, the task is going to read the entire component tree of the assembly you're processing, and it's going to make a list in memory of those sub-assembly and process them separately. So if you have a large assembly, this process here may be time consuming. And obviously, you could always reuse old settings from previous versions of the task by importing them, or you can always export settings here and create new tasks that will be efficient instead of having to create these infos every single time you need to upgrade the add-in or to create a new task based on a previous one. Thank you for watching. If you need more information or a live demo, then feel free to reach out to me directly on LinkedIn or through our website at www.bluebyte.biz. Thank you.